Action.
Welcome to Off Camera, the UC Film Society radio show all about movies. I'm Olly.
And I'm Jake.
And we'll be your directors for this episode. This week on Off Camera, we will be joined by Cam Pike, where we'll get to learn a great deal about them and their experience in the UC film production degree.
Hi guys, how's it going?
We'll tell you what we've been watching and what's happening in the world of film at the moment. So, Cam Pike is our producer for this show. He is a second-year film production student here at the University of Canberra. He is a accomplished and preferred director of photography, and he's very good with a camera. Cam, welcome.
Thank you for that intro. But I don't know, I'm not that good.
So, Cam, you like being a cinematographer. You have some experience with it.
I do.
What do you love to do with a camera?
That's a weird way of phrasing it. I'd say it depends. It depends. I've recently spent a lot of money on a camera rig that looks amazing but doesn't quite work properly, and then had to spend another lot of money on it. But it's more about how good I can make the shot look. How impressive can it be? I know in one of my upcoming films, Run, I think for the cinematography on that, I thought, how close can we get to the main character? When we're doing the close-ups, how close can we get? And then get even closer. And try and go, when we're going close, go incredibly close. And then when we're going wide, go very wide. And avoid a lot of the medium shots. Just to try and, I don't know, give it a new kind of style.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about Run. What was the purpose behind doing that? How does it impact the story?
Run is about our main character, Ethan, who becomes overwhelmed with the future prospects, and he tries to escape from this impending stress of adult life, both mentally and physically. And the main plot lines of the story are told through voicemails from his various friends and family. I think the main concept came from just a random conversation I was having with someone who, Oliver Williams, who directed and wrote this film, who goes, I wonder how much information you can actually get out of a voicemail, and then it just went off from there. Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. That's premiering at the UC Film Society short film screening next Friday, which is very exciting.
8th of September. Check our Instagram for more details about it, but please come along. We've got heaps of cool movies that are going to be shown, people that you'll be able to meet, directors, find some more friends in the industry, yeah.
Yeah, more details to come. So, Cam, we've got a couple of questions for you. I'm going to start out with, what is your favorite movie?
At the moment, I don't know, I think at the moment it's Oppenheimer, but I always keep coming back to what's it called? Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, which is an incredibly well told story. The cinematography is amazing, and it's no spoilers, but the final scene it's incredible. I watched it in high school, and everybody, including the teacher, came out of that classroom like crying and bawling their eyes out. But it's amazing. It's directed by Alfonso Gomez, written by Jesse Andrews, starring Tom Mann and Olivia Cook. Yeah,
I love the book of the movie. It's a great adaptation. I think the book is really good, and the movie told that story in such an effective way.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is your favorite director?
That's a good question. I think after watching Oppenheimer, It's definitely Christopher Nolan. It was Wes Anderson for a bit because his style is so unique, but yeah, definitely Christopher Nolan.
He certainly shot up to my top 10 after Oppenheimer. That's for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's your top one?
Yeah, top 10. That's quite a lot.
That's a lot of directors.
That's for my guest chat, but Paul Thomas Anderson's my favorite director.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite actor?
I don't know if I can really put I don't know. My favorite actor. Look, I'd say Tom Hanks, honestly.
No. Too
Just
many good movies.
Too many good. He's as a person and as an actor, he's just incredible. I think Toy Story started off amazing bar and then went even higher. Saving Private Ryan.
It's amazing stuff.
Catch Me If You Can.
I was just about to say, I
Yeah.
think that's the most underrated Tom Hanks movie.
It's incredible.
It's unreal how good that movie is.
I've only seen the stage show. I've never
Is
seen
it a stage show?
Yeah.
I know.
It's actually not a real story.
Yeah, I know.
It's the dude,
Yeah.
The dude made it up, but yeah.
That's the funniest part about it.
It's very funny.
The guy who makes everything up made up the
Yeah, I
story.
know. Crazy.
Who would have thought?
No one would have picked it, yeah.
Cam, I just want to ask one thing. This kind of relates to favorite director, but also your cinematography work. Do you have any DPs that inspire your work?
Kind of. I've been Greg Fraser, who did
Oh
Rogue
my God.
One and Batman,
Yeah.
who's also
Dune
and
as well.
and Dune and Dune 2, which is coming out later. I don't know, I think we're talking about that later. But yeah, as an Australian DP as well, I think he's very, very inspirational. And Rogue One has got to be one of my favorite Star Wars movies ever.
It's top 3 Star Wars for me.
Definitely. Like Revenge of the Sith is still at the top. I know everybody hates it,
No,
but
that's my
just
second.
for its storytelling, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely Greg Fraser.
Okay.
Nice.
Cam, I'm going to ask you this, and then Jake and I are going to answer it as well.
Okay.
What have you been watching recently? What's one or two movies or TV shows that have recently come out or that you've just hit up on Netflix or something? What have you been watching?
I started watching Ahsoka, which came out Wednesday last week. I think the 3rd episode's out now. I need to watch that. It came out yesterday.
Yeah.
You stole my answer.
Oh.
That's exactly what
I
I
mean,
was
you
gonna
can
say.
still use it. Still use it. But I just like, for anyone who was a fan of the original trilogy, this has been shot and written in such a similar way to those original 3 movies that it was such a fresh break from like Mandalorian season 2, Book of Boba Fett.
I definitely enjoy it. I think it's a really good start. I'm wary to see where it goes. I trust Dave Filoni, but you just never know with these things. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. It is a really good start.
Yeah, Ahsoka is what I was going to say for my recent watching. I've been looking forward to it for so long. Big Rebels fan. Can't wait to see
You watched it
where
yet, Jake?
it continues. Yeah.
I'll say this: it really made me want to watch Rebels. I understood like a lot of the
Still
smaller
haven't watched it.
reference. No, I haven't. I understood a lot of like the smaller references, not the bigger references, but there's some small things. I was like, oh, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I could understand the powerful, like the importance of most things.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I think
Jake, do you want to... Is there anything else you've been watching that you want to
Yeah,
talk
I've been
about?
watching Ahsoka, of course. But for reading movies, our reading movies class yesterday, we had to watch Whiplash, 2014, Damien Chazelle, and we have to do a presentation on one movie. I'm picking Whiplash, so I'm doing a presentation on all of Damien Chazelle's films. So watched Whiplash yesterday, and then I rewatched La La Land, which is his 2016 film starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. 2 just incredible films about just La La Land about romance, Whiplash about ambition, but La La Land also about ambition. I'll definitely be rewatching his other movies soon, just in preparation for this assignment, but also because they're just so entertaining. And Damien Chazelle's one of my favorite directors working today.
and Terminator 2.
I did watch
I can
Terminator
see
2
you
as well.
watching that as well.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it before, and it was one of the greatest films I've ever seen.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 stars. 5 stars.
Okay, now we're going to talk about some upcoming releases, movies, TV shows, things that are coming out. We've already mentioned Ahsoka, which is currently releasing weekly Wednesdays at 11 a.m. in Australia. We've just had episode 3, so we've still got 5 episodes to go. 5 more weeks of Ahsoka. Wonka, the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is coming out. The Creator.
Equalizer.
I can't
3.
wait for The Creator.
The Creator.
I think The
really
Creator
good.
is going to be one of the best movies of the year.
It's in IMAX as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
You know what else is coming out? Actually, I think it released yesterday.
What?
Slaughterhouse.
The hell is that?
What's that?
That is a horror movie about a killer sloth,
Wow. Oh, that's
which
like
is purposefully like a
cocaine-based
I think it's made by the same people. It's purposefully like a
stuff. zany yeah.
joke on horror movies, but it looks hilarious.
What like scary movie?
And then Equalizer 3 is coming September 1st.
I saw a review for that. It wasn't the best review, I'll be honest.
Can't say I've watched the Equalizer films.
I've watched the
I
first
think
2.
The second one's
I'm not going to see the third one.
definitely
in
the best one,
cinemas.
but I don't
I
know.
love Denzel, but
I think I'll accidentally watch the third one, like a couple months in the future when it's out on the streaming servers.
accidentally.
Or my dad's watching it, and I'll just sit down on the couch with him, something like that. Five Nights at Freddy's is also coming out.
When's that coming out?
That's a good question.
Not for a while.
Yeah, I think 27th of October is what it's listed as in the US, but it could be later or sooner.
The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated movie's coming out next week. That's gotten really good reviews across the seas.
I'm so excited for that. I'm so sad it released so much earlier in the US because I thought I missed it. And so like I had all this hype for it, and then I was like, oh, I haven't even been able to see it. Now it's gone. But then I found out it was coming out later here, and so the hype's back.
I'm very excited for that.
I don't know about the animation of Splinter. It's a little bit. I saw another trailer this morning. It was a bit, I don't know, bit nightmarish, but
Isn't that the idea though?
I don't know, kind of. I like where this new trend is heading after Spider-Verse with all these stylized animated movies instead of trying to make them
Or look Pixar.
photorealistic like Toy Story 4, which did look amazing. But this new stylized kind of animation is, I think it's a good step for the industry.
I was just gonna say, it's like kind of staggering the effect Spider-Verse had on the animation world. Like when that came out, I didn't realize how much it would just shape animation going forward.
Yeah, it was an incredible movie. I'd pay money to watch it in cinemas again.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I would pay money to watch it in cinemas again because when I saw it in cinemas, I think I just watched it like it was any other Spider-Man movie, and I was like, this is cool, whatever. But then it is now like my second favorite movie. And so
And it's easily the best Spider-Man movie.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so to go back and watch it and just like properly focus on it and really experience it the way I've now experienced it at home, I would just, oh my God.
Although a personal favorite is Spider-Man 2, the Raimi one.
Let's not get into that.
Don't tell me you have negative opinions on the Raimi films.
No, I just
Number
haven't
3
seen
is
them
a
for
bit.
years.
Oh, okay.
I'll just say number 3 is a bit strange.
I like it. Move on.
A Haunting in Venice, the third
Oh.
Kenneth Branagh Poirot film, is coming out September 15th.
I'm actually quite keen for this one. I'm a fan of Kenneth Branagh and what he's done with the character. The second, what was the second one? The Death on the Nile was a little bit, I don't know, it was a bit strange.
It almost wasn't murder mystery-y. It was just like a, how crazy can we get?
Yeah.
But this one looks to be like they're taking quite a lot of horror elements, and it looks like it's going to be pretty spooky and also very well made.
That one horror element with Death of the Nile with the foot. Was it a foot? I don't know. There's something in the wheel of the paddle steamer that I think was a very good choice.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do more like that, I'm super keen to see it.
And Michelle Yeoh's in it, who most people
Yeah.
will know from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You know what else is coming out September?
What?
Expendables 4,
Oh Jesus!
which I did not
What?
realize. 22nd of September.
I'm alright. Honestly,
That's exciting. Saw X coming out September 29. Same with Paw Patrol. Saw Patrol is the new Barbenheimer. So yeah, go and see those.
I don't think
on
it'll
the
make
same day.
as much money, but it will be as exciting.
It
for
will be
sure.
as exciting.
Paw Patrol. Jeez.
Saw Patrol.
Can't say I was a big fan of it, but I haven't actually seen a Saw movie, so.
Neither.
I've seen the first 3.
But was this the
There's
10th?
like 10, and there's like a spin-off.
I
2
can't-
spin-offs. So
I
yeah,
can't
I'm
commit
good.
that much to a series, to be honest.
And that's most of the stuff coming out in September.
Pretty much.
So now we're going to talk about some movie news. Cam, you wanted to talk about the upcoming Apple event next week.
Yes. Is it next week? I think it's the week after. But the upcoming Apple event for, I believe this is where they're going to announce the new iPhones on the, here we go. So it's the 13th of September at 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So definitely don't get up in time for that one. They always have a recording on YouTube or Apple TV. But I just wanted to talk about it because Apple has set the bar for incredibly well done, high production product launches and keynotes. And I think their cinematography and the way that the transitions, just the transitions in, I think the first one we got, the first pre-recorded one that we got during COVID, that was like nothing anybody had ever seen, and it was one of the most interested I've ever been in product launches. I think it was just, it was amazing. But that's coming out, on the 13th, so I don't know, it's like Wednesday morning. The rumors are new iPhones, a new Apple Watch, and I think AirPods Pro with USB-C. But we'll have to wait and see.
Can't wait for the cinematography.
I know. That's the one bit I'm keen for. I don't know about all the other marketing, but
That inspires your work. That cinematography.
Jake, you wanted to talk about some of the upcoming delays. I know one has hit you particularly hard, June 2.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. So there was rumors that Dune 2, my beloved Dune, would get delayed. The first one came out in 2021, was one of my favorite movies of the year. Just amazing stuff. This one's supposed to come out this year at the end in November. It's gotten delayed to March 15th, 2024 due to the strikes. It's incredibly sad. The strike is so necessary and it should go on as long as it needs to, but that still doesn't hurt. That still doesn't take away how painful it is to, see this movie move back. It's really interesting Oscars wise. It opens up a spot for Oppenheimer to take away all the technical awards because Dune took away all the technical awards in 2021. The only saving grace of this delay is that I might be able to see this in IMAX now. The Sydney IMAX isn't supposed to open until November, December, and I wouldn't have been able to see Dune 2 in IMAX. Now I may be able to. So, one slight saving grace. It's still upsetting that I'm not going to get this. That we're not going to get this movie this year. I don't know why I'm making this so personal, but Dune 2 is delayed, and everyone is sad.
I mean, these strikes, not only do they offer the writers and the actors a better chance to get better pay, which is fantastic, they do also, as they delay the films, give the studios more time to consider the films themselves, consider the quality of them, and then hopefully when the strikes end and people come back with better pay, they can make the films the best quality that they should have been the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
There's definitely, if anybody's wondering how they can support the writers, go out and watch these films. Don't boycott them because the studios will go, oh, they're not making any money. We're not going to continue with this. Same with TV series and all that. The actors have actually said, go and watch these films. Otherwise, we won't get a chance to keep these universes alive and keep making sequels for them. So
I know specifically Neil Gaiman said that about Good Omens season 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Which released right in the middle of the strikes, and he couldn't really talk about it at all, even though it's his baby, his pride and joy, especially with Terry Pratchett gone. But people were asking him about season 3, and he just said, at the moment, the best thing you guys can do is watch it multiple times. Do that with everything, and just show the studios that there is this demand that they cannot meet without the writers and the actors. And now the VFX workers from Marvel, from Warner Brothers, from Disney. Everyone is looking to follow the Marvel VFX workers and start unionizing. It's becoming a bit of an epidemic over in the US in a good way.
In a very good way.
In a very good way.
Definitely.
So that's exciting. Soon the WGA and SAG members might be joined by all these VFX artists out on the picket lines, and
it'll be amazing.
Production will entirely come to a standstill. It's already ramped down significantly. June's been delayed. Pretty much all the Marvel movies have been delayed. Lots of other movies. Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed.
Not surprised about that.
Lots of other smaller movies, except for A24 movies, have been delayed.
All props to A24 though for showing all the big studios that yes, we can meet these demands. We're able to function, and we're so much smaller than you guys are. Yeah. So all props to them, but definitely go and watch these shows. Go and support these actors, because otherwise they won't have a chance to make this amazing content in the future.
Absolutely.
Okay. This is where things get exciting. We have a game called
All right.
Quick Pitch. We are going to play a game where the three of us will pick, one of us will pick a director, one of us will pick an actor, and one of us will pick a genre at random. And then we're going to work together to pitch a movie.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Cam, I want you to pick a director. Jake, I want you to pick an actor, and I'm going to pick a genre. And then we're going to make something crazy.
First I'm thinking Spielberg, but he's done so many good
He's had
films
so many
in
genres.
so many different genres.
You can do. I'd like to see Spielberg.
It does make this game a little bit easier.
And I have an amazing actor to pair with Spielberg.
Ooh, all right, okay. Is it? Because then I could also go Tim Burton, but he's very. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of studying him since high school. I think I'm gonna go with Spielberg as our director.
Okay, then I'm going Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger in a
Not
Spielberg.
just because I've been watching Terminator.
I did, because there are so many genres, I just put it into a random genre generator because I wanted to see what it would come up with, and it's come up with comedy. Which, like, I know Arnie has done comedy.
He could do it.
He could do comedy, and Spielberg's good at putting those little comedic elements
He's never done a blown
but he's
out
never
comedy.
done a full comedy film, and I don't think Arnie has. He definitely has, but obviously we know action is his specialty. So what are we making? Spielberg is known for these dramatic stories.
I think like an Indiana Jones is a comedy. Isn't that? Oh, that's just the
There's
new one.
humor in all of his movies, pretty much. But I think we got to make a full
That's a good point.
a comedy film. I don't know.
No,
There could definitely be a story in that.
How about something like this? So Spielberg, we take the globe-trotting adventure from Indiana Jones. We take the Terminator-style action hero from Arnie's previous works, but we give it the cheesy Marvel lines.
Oh God.
Yeah, right.
And we stick it in space.
So
That's good.
I know
Sci-fi.
a comedy,
sci-fi
space
comedy,
opera.
but it's very specifically comedy first, sci-fi second as the genre.
Right, so like Spaceballs.
Like Spaceballs, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
But
love to
with
hear
Arnie.
Arnie deliver those Marvel lines. I mean, "I'll be back" from Terminator. "I'll be back" is literally a Marvel line.
Yeah.
Before Marvel
Marvel's
exists.
lines aren't cheesy just like on their own. Like if they were in a different movie, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's just the frequency with which they're used and the proximity.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I think it's very similar with like the Suits, but they're always using metaphors and shit for their cases. So what would the tagline, what would the name of the movie be? It's a comedy directed by Steven Spielberg in space, starring Schwarzenegger. What are we thinking?
Is it just Arnold Schwarzenegger by himself in this movie?
He-
Do we pair
he is-
anyone with him?
He is the lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we want to pair him with? I don't think.
Could we get to give him a romantic interest? Maybe not make it a romance film, but someone to pair him with.
What if
Arnie and Mark Hamill to play into the comedy of it, the parody, and it's
Okay,
it is a rom-com. It's a
Yes,
rom-com.
yes.
Right, yeah. What if
Okay. That makes
if
sense.
Mark Hamill? Okay, if
Here's the
Schwarzenegger
tagline.
is
Will they? Won't they
won't they?
survive in space?
Well, they won't. They.
Schwarzenegger is traveling in his spaceship with his pet robot dog, and he stumbles across upon Mark Hamill's spaceship, which has been appears to have been abandoned. Schwarzenegger docks with the ship, goes inside, finds his body, brings him back, revives Mark Hamill, and then comedy ensues as they make their way to
They hate each other and become enemies to lovers and make.
What's our mission? Getting back home, or trying to survive?
parcel delivery.
Okay.
He's like Fry.
From Futurama? Yeah,
Futurama.
yeah.
Right. Mark
love
Hamill
it.
was out in space.
I'd
He
watch
was
this.
trying. I would watch this. I want to watch this.
I
Like,
would.
it's weird that Mark Hamill's never worked with Steven Spielberg. It's kind of weird that Arnold Schwarzenegger never worked with Steven Spielberg. And to see a full blown Spielberg comedy. Spielberg's one of my favorite directors. Would be just so interesting.
I think we should make it.
We need a name.
Let's go
We need a
to
name.
Spielberg. We just need a name. That's
Yeah,
the final.
that's the final.
key.
God.
I think we'll keep it. We'll rate it M.
Yeah.
I think just for creative liberty. And then something around the location and the destination. So, space
Is it a buddy comedy or is it a romance comedy?
It's a romance
Okay.
comedy.
romance comedy, space love.
Lovers in Space.
I think that's got to be a thing already.
Yeah, probably.
Love delivery. ... in space.
Love Delivery is a good name.
Lovers in Space Time as a video game.
Okay.
What if we just go love delivery and no one knows it's in space, and then
Yeah, that'd be great.
Love
Like,
Delivery,
just like,
yeah.
oh my God.
market
Wait, this is in
it
space?
as not as just being like a rom-com between Arnie and Mark Hamill, and then bam, it's in space.
It's actually
Would you
in
start
space.
it in space or would you start it on the ground?
I
and then
reckon
go to
started in
space?
like a spaceport or something,
Okay.
where Arnie's like getting all of
He's
his,
just getting groceries or
he's
something.
getting he's getting groceries. He's
Getting
one of the
groceries and
Coles
he's
home shop people.
picking up his parcels to deliver,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just looks like he's in some like I don't know.
Oh, so he's a mailman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
that's what we said. He's
Oh, yes.
Fry
He's-
from
he's-
Yes,
Futurama.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So he's picking up his parcels. He's going to a bunch of planets. We see him go to the first two, and then on the way to the third and final one before he goes home, he comes in contact with Mark Hamill's ship, and then they crash land on the third planet,
And they have to deliver it
and
on
they
foot.
still have to deliver it on foot.
Mm.
So that's the first half hour.
Wouldn't you pay so much money to see Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mark Hamill together in spacesuits?
Oh, absolutely.
That'd be amazing.
I would see that like 5 times, even if it was bad, which it
It
probably
still
would.
baffles me that Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. Like, what?
Oh my God. Schwarzenegger in the 90s, Terminator, bodybuilder, governor.
Or how he would bait Sylvester Stallone into like what was that movie? I forget. But he baited him into making it, and it was one of the worst films
my God.
that's ever been created. Because he showed a heap of interest in it, and then Stallone went, "I'm gonna beat you to that." Auditioned, got the part, and then Arnie went, "Haha, good
I was
luck
never
with
gonna
that.
do that.
I was never gonna do it." Yeah, I'll be back to watch it at the cinema.
Is that actually
Yeah,
what he said?
we got to give him I'll be back in there, surely.
Yeah, he's got to
Yeah.
say, "I'll
He,
be."
he delivers
leaves,
a parcel, and it's one of his regulars, and the guy's like, "Thanks," whatever his character's name is,
I'll
and
be
he
back
goes,
next week.
"I'll be back next week with your next delivery."
I got to find this
What
movie.
are you thinking?
I'm trying to find this
You're
movie.
trying to find it.
Yeah. Because I was reading about it like
I think it was it in the 90s? It was in the
Yeah, it
80s or
has to be.
90s. In that time of like really experimental, terrible movies. Now, while Jake's finding that movie, let's talk about the Film Society and the upcoming events, because that's what we're here to promote. I think the next event is the short film screening, which we've already mentioned, coming up on the 8th of September from 6 p.m. in Building 2B, Room 9. We're going to be screening a bunch of student films, starting with Chain.
I am wearing the Chain T-shirt right now.
Merch for
my lovely friends Matilda Bell, Tilly Bell, and James Hiskett made that film. It's a fantastic sort of coming-of-age story, sort of not. It's about two characters who are trying to escape a toxic family environment and go on to become the people they're passionate about, do the things they're passionate about, and
it's about following your passion.
It's about following your passion and not letting anyone get in the way of that.
Yeah, and it was recently screened at Dendy, I believe.
Yes, it sold out full Dendy Cinema for one night, had a big premiere Q&A. So yeah, if you didn't get to go to that, now is the perfect opportunity to go and see Chain next Friday the 8th of September. We will then be following that up with a series of films. We've got some films that were filmed by current fourth-year students in the past couple of years. One called Going Up, one called Priceless. Then we've got a second-year film called Restless.
Restless by Ben Yo. We've also got The List, which is another second year?
It was a second-year film filmed last year, written by me, directed by Stella Martin, Stella Eve. It's a film about anxiety and personal space and overcoming personal challenges, and there's a spoiler twist that I won't mention.
Oh, all right. And then I haven't actually seen it yet, and I was ACing on that, so I'm keen to watch it. And then finally we've got Daybreak, which is, I believe, it's another Stella Martin.
Yep, Stella Martin film, also filmed last year. Caused someone to crash their car on the way to set, but they were fine. That was just a bit of fun. Otherwise, the film itself is a bit of a mystery horror sort of thing. You don't really know what's going on. It's a bit liminal. It's a bit spooky.
It's a new kind
It's
of thing.
good fun. It's a bit different to the other things we've got screening.
Because usually uni films are a lot about like anxiety and stress and coming of age stuff. But yeah, this is something I've actually never heard of before. And then finally finishing with Run, of course, which is another kind of coming of age film. A bit shorter, about 6.5 minutes, but yeah, definitely come along and watch it.
Punchy in that time.
Yes. Yeah, definitely come along and watch them all. It'd be a great experience for everybody. You don't have to be at UC to come watch it. I know I've got a bunch of friends from ANU coming. So definitely come along to that.
I can't wait to see all these films. It's gonna be awesome.
You're gonna write about them on Letterboxd as well.
Oh yeah, and Twitter. I'm gonna give Run 5 stars. I think that's my pre.
Good.
Is Chain on Letterboxd?
It is not yet.
It'll be there.
It can be. I think you're gonna have to talk to James about that one to get that up there. And then finally, for the Film Society events, watch parties. We're gonna restart watch parties on our Discord. There'll be a weekly poll that goes up where you can vote which movie you'd like to watch, and then we'll stream it on Discord, come along, chat about the movie, just have a good time, bring your friends along. I think we'll start one next week, and they'll be screening Thursday evenings from
7:30 onwards.
7:30 onwards.
We do also have trivia coming up on the 26th of September. More details to be announced about that, but that will be at the UC bar at 5:30 p.m. and it will be trivia about movies. But what, you'll have to come along and find out.
That's the Tuesday after the mid-semester break, for anybody who's curious about that. Jake, that film with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, that film.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish to tell. Okay, so it's 1992's Stop! Or My Mom Will Shoot. I have never seen this movie. I probably will never watch this movie, although it looks really fun.
It sounds amazing.
it has
just from
a
the title.
14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Hey, that's not the lowest.
4.4 on IMDb and 4.6 out of 5 on Amazon.
Wow.
So,
So people
4.6 out of
love
5.
it. People
Wow.
love it. Obviously, we know the only place you go to see reviews is Amazon.
Obviously.
I do hate Rotten Tomatoes, so.
That's fair enough, actually. Let me...
However, this
I don't know if
film,
there are
I
any.
can't say it looks good.
User reviews. A forgotten and unloved comedy. But it's not as bad as they say. Ooh. So, I guess we're going to have to come along and you're going to have to watch it, everybody.
If you want to hear how much of a joke Rotten
Interstellar.
Tomatoes is,
Whoa.
Interstellar has a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've been using IMDb for
It feels wrong.
IMDb and Letterboxd.
IMDb's Letterboxd is my.
Definitely check out the Film Society Letterboxd as well.
Jake here is our reviewer.
Jake is the editor for that page.
I don't write enough reviews, but I'm going to start writing more reviews.
He's got an Oppenheimer one in the works.
And he will be reviewing every single film that is at the screening next week. Next Friday.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, I will be a harsh critic. I'm just kidding. I like a lot of things. It's really easy for me to get. It's really easy for me to get me to like your movie. I didn't say that right, but
Easy for people to get you to like their movie.
yeah.
We also still have the scene recreation competition going on at the moment, and we're going to announce the winner at that screening.
So thanks for joining us this week for Off Camera. We'll see you next week. That's a wrap.